Hey folks, welcome to NTD Racing. My name is Dave, this is Ryan. We got Bob here, we got Honcho and Santa Claus. And today we are talking about tales from the Baja 1000. You know, we're just finally catching up. We took about a couple weeks off because I lost my voice. I took the booster shot.
Yeah.
And that was a little more than 2 weeks ago. And
Knocked
you can
you out.
still hear I'm barely getting my voice back right now.
Yeah.
It was rough.
I kind of enjoyed those weeks you couldn't talk.
That was awesome. I get no respect, man. I get no respect.
It was
Hey,
nice. No, I felt for you. I'm glad you're on the up and up.
But there was so many amazing things
Yeah.
that happened at the bottom. We went how far? 129 miles.
I don't want to talk about it, but yeah, let's talk
And then
about it.
and then the water pump, which we didn't realize, the water pump totally gave out. We thought it was a plumbing issue as far as like which way the water was flowing.
Sure.
As it turns out, our water pump went bad. It just went so slow without the normal symptoms that we just didn't realize the water pump is replaced now. Totally good to go.
But I mean, like, let's unwrap this little gift because this just came to bear. We found this out. You figured this
I just
out.
figured it out, yeah.
Just days
Yesterday.
after. And so literally through Thanksgiving, through pretty much the month of December, they were kind of walking around, not feeling amazing about a couple of things. I mean, first of all, it's incredible just to make the Baja 1000, to get there, getting to the starting line. That was the win, right?
Absolutely.
That was the win.
Yes.
Now, with that being said, you always want to better your previous year, and you
do.
always want to finish, period. But, at the time, and we'll go through a lot, but, after having dug the truck out for hours and having what we thought was a cooling issue with the radiator, and then thereafter, once we got it off course, the plumbing of it, November and December were kind of rough months, kind of just walking around going, shoot, we really kind of screwed the pooch on this one, self-inflicted wounds. It's kind of like, I'm kind of relieved it was a bad water pump. It doesn't make it any better. We want to do better
it was
next
bad
year.
water pump.
But it's like, at least it wasn't human error.
We had some really smart guys out there taking a look at it, and
Yeah.
none of us came up with bad water pump. And we
No,
had
I'm going to get the sucker right now.
The-
I'm going to get the water. I brought it up here.
You brought the water pump up here.
All right. There you go.
I feel like we should do some kind of a fire and kabuki dance around it or something like that.
I think we should
to
give it
get
like
rid of the demons from
I think we should give it a Viking burial.
Viking burial.
Send
I
it to
like
Valhalla. Burn
Oh my
it.
gosh.
There we go. So this is the. Hold on, I don't know if you
I'm
could
not sure
hear
the
this.
sound
Hold on. You hear that?
it,
Like,
it doesn't sound normal, not like the new one. The new one is something like a normal pump. That one doesn't sound good. So
Yeah.
it was sick. Anyway, so we replaced that.
this is the thing. This was the water.
Let's
pump. This
back
is-
up to the beginning. I got a story I'd like to tell. So get your hot chocolate, warm up next to the fire. Here comes story number one, Tales from the Baja 1000, chapter 1. There. So you guys leave in the morning and you're going to go straight to the start line and you're going to start. So
Yeah.
we are chased like 4 or 5, whatever we are. We're
Jim
going-
Johnson and I. Jim
Yeah,
Johnson.
you and
You
Jim.
guys, Jim Johnson, myself.
We're going to go far down to the south because we're going to be the second half of the race.
True.
We got basically 2 race teams. One race team is doing 600 miles. Another race team is doing 600 miles. And those guys really don't cross just except for the fact we're going to hand off a truck. So
Yeah.
the way the Baja course kind of goes is it's going to kind of start from Ensenada.
Right.
It's going to do a question mark. It's going to go up around, down Highway 3, Goat Trail, and then cut back across to 1 and go down. Well, for most of the chase team who are going to chase it down 1 all the way down to where we're going to be down in the south, they really can't go to Highway 3 and then get back and then catch up the truck for the next like 600 or 700 miles. So,
Yeah.
so we send chase 3 and 4, which is us. We're going to go all around the top. And then once they pass the Goat Trail, we're going to leave them. We're going to continue down 5 and then catch up to you guys at mile 600 on the race course.
Right.
So we're down there. We're about mile 37.
Yeah.
And we get there early enough before the race starts. And to get where we're parking, we had to drive down the race course. So we're literally driving on the race course, and we know the cars are about to start. And we find this amazing spot. It's
Yeah.
me, your dad, Alan,
Mm-hmm.
Reed, and a couple of dudes out there.
Brothers.
My dad
Yep.
is on his way with my brother Jeff and my brother Mark and my brother John, and they're driving my brother's Land Cruiser, pulling my dad's trailer,
Yeah.
and they call me up, and we're at race mile 37, and they're like, "Hey, we're at race mile 33." I'm like, "Well, like wherever you guys are at, you're gonna watch the race, and all the cars are gonna be in a speed zone. They're gonna be doing about 35 miles per hour past you." Where we are at, there's no speed zone. They're going to be doing 140 miles per hour past us. So if you want to see the race, come to where we are. But I would hurry because I think the race started. And so they start driving. And my brother, John, he's getting a little nervous. And my dad is definitely nervous. And they're like, hey, Jeff, you got to go faster. You got to go faster. And Jeff's like, we're good. No, he's like, Jeff, you really have got to go faster. And Jeff's like, hey, we don't got to go fast until we see helicopters. And John goes, you mean like that helicopter right there? And at this point in time, the Land Cruiser and my dad's RV are the fastest vehicles on the Baja 1000. They are hauling ass. There's a big dirt
so
everywhere. They pull in right next to us, and 90 seconds later, Bryce Menzies. 140 miles per hour.
So
right by us.
Was he playing like cool progressive rock music behind? Did you like hear the music he usually plays in his videos?
All I could hear was the fear in my dad's voice as he's going, faster! It was so hilarious. And they get there, we watch all the cars go by. It was a magical Baja moment.
Yeah.
I was there with your dad and Reed.
Totally.
My dad and my brothers.
Yes.
Sea Dog and just some of our friends. You guys show up, and it was amazing. But you guys had a little adventure.
We did some stuff
there.
before that. I mean, before that, we had already been in the truck.
Talk to me about your first little stop you had at, what, mile 17?
Well, before that, okay, so like we leave the house, we're playing AC/DC on the way into the truck. Jim Johnson and I, most attractive man on the team. And we
Thunderstruck, keep it revving.
Yeah, Thunderstruck. Mandatory. You feel it raining on us right now, by the way?
It is officially raining now.
It feels good to have Christmas. Anyways, so we're in the truck for 4 hours before we even start the parade, which was a trip in its own, because they start you at the start line, same place contingency is, but then there's a restaging area too, which means in between that there was like, I don't know what you want to call it, but it was some sort of rodeo through downtown Ensenada, quasi roped off. I mean, we were dodging cars, man. There was some folks playing Frogger, and it was fun. It was also pretty stressful. Anyways, 2 bathroom stops later, we actually start the race. But as we do, we creep up to the very beginning of the race start, right? And it's like basically us in the class 11s, because we ride sportsmen, right? We're doing it for the passion and for the fun. There is a dude standing there on the start line, and he's looking at us. He's cheering us on. We're like, wait, this guy, he knows who we are. He has a koozie, a HONCHO koozie from last year's Baja 1000 race that we had given out, man.
Nice.
Dude was diehard. He stuck around for us. So that guy, thanks for getting us
We'll
off
have
to
a
a good
shirt
start.
for you next year.
We'll have a shirt
Koozie
for
guy.
you, for sure. It's like raining now.
It is officially.
I could put the Bob canopy out
It
if you want
just
to.
does seem like the right thing to do.
It could happen. All right.
Quick
we're gonna hit
pause. Stand by.
All right.
We're deploying the awning.
All right. Here
We
we
got to
go.
move a Christmas tree. Let's take a look. Pause. Back.
Anyways.
Just like that. We got the awning deployed now. And you might be saying to yourself, this is a pretty awesome setup. Well, check out our series of the Baja Overland Build, or Bob. That's how we got this thing. And this is going to be, this is our go-to. We built this just so we can take it to the Baja 1000, Min 400, Vegas Arena. Awesome. Also, hey, we got Merry Christmas, by the way. There's another video of me making the Bob Christmas ornament. One love.
One love.
One love. All right.
There you go. Cool. Get Bob situated. Decorating the Christmas tree. Drinking some brews.
We're dry.
With Father Christmas.
We're dry.
Yep.
What am I supposed to do with these pickles?
Just eat the pickles, man. That's your Christmas gift.
I don't know if I
I
want
got
pickles.
it. That's for you. It's for you.
I don't think that you got me gluten-free pickles.
I got you those pickles, man. That's your gift.
I don't think you got that for me. I'm offended by it. Anyway.
So, anyways. All right, so we get off the starting line. I kid you not, we pass 3 to 5 just completely disabled vehicles on the course. Before we even get to like mile 10. It's like crazy. Well, on the actual course. And, I mean, we were getting out there and people are already closing in. I mean, like the locals thought, all right, that's everyone. And then like, here comes truck 1423 in the back of the pack, got started late. And we were weaving traffic for most of it. Anyways, find this nice little open section. I'm like, all right, cool. Let's let HONCHO go a little bit. Boom. hit a little bank, rock shower. I mean, just rocks just like pouring over us. I swung the tail of Honcho pretty hard. I mean, we were doing a pretty decent clip, and suffered our first flat tire within, I think it was on mile 20. But I mean, there was a lot of pent up energy. I mean, Jim must have had like 3 or 4 snack bars by then. I had to go to the bathroom a lot, but you know, we're ready to race. You know, and we got out there, came out a little too hot. First flat tire, mile 20ish or so. But we got out. I'll tell you, you know, everything as far as like the setup on the back, spare tire was super easy to get off. The new jack system that you put into Honcho clutch. It was the first of many times we would jack the.
Yeah, that was a
truck
total
that night.
win. And if you're interested in how I built that jack system for about, I think, like $80,
Yeah,
check out. There's a video I got. I'll put a link in there, or you just check out our playlist.
yeah,
And I talk about when we were at the Vegas to Reno how we made this jack system.
that's right.
$80 works awesome.
It was rad, man. I'll tell you, the genius of it was its simplicity, and it's in a nice little spot of leverage as well. And anyways, yeah, we got it jacked up, put the new tire on, then boom, we split, we ran out there. We started cruising again. I mean, at that point, I was like, okay, it's gonna be a for real race. Like, we're starting to get kind of our knuckles into it, right? And I look over at Jim, and his glasses are busted in half. He goes, this is gonna be a hard race, man. I'm like, you betcha. So anyhow, we kind of continued to trudge on, and that was just the start of our Baja 1000 race.
You know, Jim's been my friend, I think, a little more than 30 years now. So I know Jim for a long time. And I think Jim was a changed man after this race. I think he had such a good time.
Yeah.
It's such an adventure. And plus, the bond that you have, I think, with your driver and your navigator, it is a story that you'll have for the rest of your lives.
For true.
You guys were out there. I mean, it's Mexico. There's no, you know, it's not a little fenced-in, safe little area. You were out there in the elements,
Yeah, man.
with one other person, and you got to survive and try to move this truck down the line. It's a special bond, I think, that you have between you and your navigator. And I think Jim was full on in. And I'm so glad that you and Jim had this experience. I think it was really cool. And we'll keep doing it. We'll keep trying to.
Us too. And it's you know, talking about how cool NTD Racing is as a crew. Yeah, I'm just really honored to have had that with a guy like Jim, who's great. Jim's out in Pakistan right now, serving our country.
Islamabad. Yeah.
Islamabad. I mean, he's out there doing real work as well, keeping you know, people safe, and that's
Stay
honorable
safe, Jim.
work. Yeah. So I was super proud to have done it with Jim, and so anyways, that was the beginning of our what was a very wild evening. I don't know where to pick up again on the course.
The video footage, as you guys continue past where you met up with us at the first stop, is amazing. The video footage as you kind of drive, and you're going, I think, from mile 37 to 70 something, and you're driving into the sunset. And to me, is what it's all about. Just how beautiful Mexico is.
Yeah,
and,
absolutely.
You know, despite how treacherous it is with silt and those kinds of things, which you have a few stories about silt, don't you?
Yeah. I think on Facebook, one of the locals was like, "Bah, I helped dig that truck out at mile blah, 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 blah." When it's true. You know, we got stuck once. We passed Total Mayhem Racing. They had an issue. I don't think it was an alternator with them. That was 25L that had an alternator issue. We got to know these guys on the course a little bit. Total Mayhem had something else going. Check out their Instagram. We'll link them.
Yeah, they also
Good
have
dudes.
a YouTube channel. I think it's Days of Pain and Glory.
Yeah.
And super entertaining guys to watch. And I was hoping to meet up with them.
Yeah.
But pause 1 second.
No,
Amazon delivery.
This
Oh,
is
this is part of it.
I think this
We're
is
gonna
totally-
let's do it live.
I don't know.
Do it
Yeah.
live.
Here we go. No, you can leave it going, buddy. All right, hey. All right.
Ryan?
Yeah, Ryan. Cool. All right.
Thanks. Merry
Merry
Christmas.
Christmas. Thank you. I think this is it.
What's this?
This is your Christmas present.
I did not get a Christmas.
Yeah, dude. It goes with the jar of pickles.
Seriously?
Seriously.
How crazy is this that we're recording?
I had
And
a feeling that might happen.
this is how this happens. Oh my God, this is my favorite story of the whole race. Because after you guys get dug out, mile 40, something like that, we're chilled out at miles like 67, and we're calling you guys on the radio. We got the PCI race radios. They're awesome. And we're calling you guys. And finally we get a hold of Jim. And Jim has got this voice, the tone of his voice. You can tell he's just 100%. He's like, yeah, we're right. The truck is driving good. We need somebody to fix our mirror. There's like a slight pause. And 5 seconds later, never mind. The mirror just fell off. Now, 2. Perfect.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, my gosh.
So, Merry Christmas. There's a new mirror for you right there
gosh.
for HONCHO. Could not have timed it perfectly. More perfectly. That's a for real deal right there.
Oh,
dude.
my gosh. It's so awesome. Man, I am good looking.
Well, you shaved before
my wife
this.
is. I always shave because I did a video one time. I look like a bum, and I'm like, my wife is one lucky lady.
Smooth like eggs right there,
Yeah,
huh?
there
Smooth
you
like
go.
eggs. There you go.
Dude,
There's the buddy.
My little boy. He's over there judging.
Yeah, so that happened for sure. I mean, I'll tell you, we ended up pushing that side view mirror way back when we were coming through some pretty narrow sections of the course, kind of, you know, needling through some silt and some pretty dense shrubbery. And, you know, at that point in the course, I mean, we're running 37s with some decent travel on it, but we're also at the back of the race. And there's full-on trophy trucks with 40-inch tires that are just digging the hell out of these ruts, right? So a lot of the kind of mental capacity driving was spent just kind of getting around to keep the pumpkin safe, because, you know, that was at the time, you know, and still very much is like, got to keep the pumpkin safe to continue down the field, right? So I'm doing so, and I've got to be over on some of these ruts, right? I can't just follow the main line that all the trophies are going through. I'm off to the side. So at one point, Jim goes, watch out for those trees, with his broken glasses over the comms. And I'm like, dude, I see him, we're going. And boom, the mirror just gets slapped way the heck back. And it was a little wobbly after that. So anyways, I had to replace it. Merry Christmas to you.
This is perfect.
Yeah, I think it'll do. It'll do.
To me, that's the funniest thing I've ever heard. We need to fix the mirror. Never mind, it just fell off.
It was like literally within seconds. Yeah, and at that point too, I think you guys were radioing us for like, what's going on with the truck, how's it going, how are you guys doing, and we're feeling good. I mean, besides the side mirror, I mean, we're cruising into that pit feeling, or quick check,
Quick
right?
check, yeah.
Feeling pretty solid, and that was around mile, I don't know, what, 37?
It was like 60 something.
60
where you
something,
met up with
okay.
us, yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's right. And then we were headed out eastward towards the goat trail, and as you were saying, watching the video, you could see the Baja moment, and as it unfolded for me, I will tell you, there was nothing else like it. The date on the calendar that this Baja 1000 fell, there was a 500 year lunar eclipse on a big full moon, which was just cranking its way up in an incredible Baja sunset. Candy cotton. I mean, it was insane.
You can't make it up.
Incredible sunset. You definitely should check out that footage.
I'll show
from
you
the
a
race.
I'll show you a picture that we took. We were after we left you guys. Speaking of this moon, we went down the 5. The Sea of Cortez is off on our side, and we pulled over. And this is a picture with no flash. This is just the iPhone taking the best picture it can in the light that was out there. It was amazing.
It was a special night. And I'll fast forward a lot of kind of things that had occurred. I mean, at one point, just to put like a quick kind of punctuation point on it, it got dark fast with an incredible moon. So it still kind of had that backlit moon to it. The course did, and we're coming down the goat trail. You're calling comms to us, and Jim's like, "We're going down the goat trail right now. We're going down the goat trail," and just like basically turned off all comms because we were going through some stuff. My body was basically stuck in an exclamation point, kind of holding on down the trail here. Yeah. And that was a really cool scene. We get through a bunch more, and this part of the course was incredible because it was east to west through some crazy silt, and probably the most vulnerable part of the course is where we had gone through. And at this point, we had been in the truck for 12 hours. So we had a late start after a lineup, right, in the parade. We had a tire change. We had a silt situation that we had to get dug out. Had some locals help us out. Thank you to those guys too as well. And we were just late on the course, and we're running a pretty conservative clip, right? Success for us was just handing the truck off to the next guy, right? It wasn't necessarily, to make the fastest time, just the surest time. So by the time we get through there, we're kind of just making our way through. The lights aren't all working too. So our visibility is a little bit off. So it was pretty arduous. We get a bit further and we go through this silt bank and, Honcho's finding traction and we got it pinned, but what we don't see is a about 5 or 6 foot bank, boom, like this, of silt that drops down, and we just get high centered, just stuck on this thing, and there's nothing left for us, and we're just kind of just full on fountain of silt pouring over our heads. So we kill it, and then that's where we spent about 4 hours digging out the truck in some sweet moonlight.
Yeah, we were tracking you guys. Because we had the Garmin's, the InReach, and it was sending all your information over satellite. We were getting text messages from you.
Right.
And we were kind of at this point, we were in the middle of nowhere cell coverage. We were getting texts over the Garmin. And it was like, they're not moving. It's like, oh, this is not good. And eventually, I think that you guys, I think you can tell the story better than anyone of how 25L came into play.
That's right.
And the karma that happens out in Baja.
Yes.
Where people watch, take care of each other and those kinds of things.
There's kind of two things to this, is that, the Baja Spirit Endures, and the second is that the desert gets a vote. Those are kind of the two takeaways, right? Which was, we found ourselves stuck there, and Jim and I kind of worked with some guys in some TVs to kind of help us out and get through, and, the max tracks to some degree were helpful, but to where we were, we weren't getting enough horsepower to the tires. We weren't using the paddle shifters sufficiently enough, and to be honest, we were just in a section that we needed a snap, to get out of there. Well, earlier in the course, truck 25L, and I think they're with Monkey Wrench Garage. Jim has made contact with them. We had helped them out with an alternator issue that they had earlier on in the course, probably mile, I don't even know, mile 30, early on.
Yeah, it was pretty early.
Early on, and they were stuck in the middle of the course, and they were completely zonked, right? They had no form of communication. I don't know if they had a satellite phone or not. We were pretty quick with the exchange, but they said, hey, can you help us out? Can you radio in to BFG that we have an issue. We have 2 dead batteries and we're stuck out here on the course. We get back on that quick exchange after not replacing the mirror because it was gone, or not fixing it because it's gone. You called them in, right?
Yeah, we called it in.
Baja Spirit Endures. We're stuck in there. We got pinned in the silt at about 8 p.m., just a little bit before then, and we had taken probably 6 separate attempts, full on different types of attempts at getting out of the silt. And we just get this little message in a bottle. Hey, 25L is coming in from earlier on the course. They're back on. Get your tow strap ready. So we do. Jim runs out. Best looking team member, right? Got to set out the best look forward, right? He gets out there. He's got our strap lined up on the course. He's got this knot that Bear made us. And check out the video on this
soft shackles. I think
soft shackle knot, man. This thing, incredible.
He's going to do a video on how you make those, and we'll have that.
Those things are incredible,
so you can
man.
Make your own soft shackles. They're amazing.
I'll tell you, it was
like 40,000 pounds of force they can take, or something like that.
Yeah. It was like the golden pin to this whole thing, right? And he's got our strap out. 25L comes swooping through. I'm in the truck. There's a quick exchange, between 25L and Jim. I think they were saying, "Damn, Jim, you look great." And I'm in the truck. Started up, and then boom, we hit it. They hit it. We get pulled up on the bank, and now Honcho is just typewritering right to left, and I'm just basically rail sliding this bank of silt, and I see this thing approaching a section where if I don't get up, it's gonna roll me over. Literally that moment, I grab traction, we pop back on, boom, we're on course. And we gave ourselves a bunch of high fives, let 25L go.
Thank you to the 25L guys. I'm glad that we were able to help you guys.
Yeah.
And you guys came back and helped us. That's so cool. To me,
Baja Spirit Endures.
we have not had a bad experience at Baja. The people down there, whether it's the other racers,
True.
or just the amazing people, the Mexicans, the locals, or people who came down from California to watch.
Totally.
That's who pulled us out the first time, was I think just some locals, right? And
some locals, man.
I'm just amazing people, and just thank you for your hospitality. And I hope everyone's doing well down there, especially during the whole coronavirus and everything. And God bless you all. Merry Christmas, and I hope everyone's
Feliz
doing really
Navidad.
well. Feliz Navidad.
Feliz Navidad. So, as I said, the desert gets a vote. That's what Brian Wilson kind of coined on our drive home, or our tow, our recovery home.
I can see that being a shirt.
The desert gets a vote, and Brian's the real deal, right? He's a Marine. He served out in Senegal with Denny.
Yep.
He's now back stateside on Colorado.
Yep.
And great dude. And he's like, you know what? The desert gets a vote, and that was the story. We light the engine up.
Really stoked to have him on our team. Great guy. So we got
solid dude.
Yeah.
So we start the engine back up, and HONCHO. I had some visuals on a leak that was beginning to develop as we're making these attempts to get out of the silt. I sent some texts like, "Hey guys, I just discovered a leak. We're gonna continue our attempt here to get out." Anyhow, once we are out, we start up the engine, and we get about a mile down, and it is skyrockets up to 260 degrees plus. So we got to kill the engine, radio it in, and I'll make sure you get the picture too. Jim and I just put in the night for a great lunar eclipse, and I think that was the coldest I had been in my life. I will tell you, there was a moment when I looked over at Jim, and I was freezing cold, and he looked cold too, and we knew we were going to spend the night there. It was after I used the sat phone to tell the whole crew we're packing it in for the night, and I also used the Garmin to text everyone, family, my father, safe, we're good, we'll be fine. I look over at this guy, and he was covering himself with one of those heat blankets, those little shiny metallic heat blankets. I'm like, dude, where's the other one? And he's like, oh man, I only brought one.
You realize there was two more of them in the truck.
There were two more in the truck.
Yeah.
But we found that out after the fact. So
that's such a good point. We need to, next time, we need to have everybody, all the drivers there. We need to lay all the gear out.
You're right.
And then pack the truck so everyone knows what's going in the truck.
It was that, but just it adds to the story. I went ahead and I pulled the extra drivetrain off the back of HONCHO. I just put it somewhere clean, off to the side. I just slept in the engine blanket, man. It was just like, and I looked at him later in the night, and I was like, I got you, sucker. I'm more comfortable because this is padded.
That's
and
nice.
I had it all nooked up, and 6 a.m., the sun was coming up. We couldn't tell because we were zonked. We were on the course forever, and we were digging for forever. Josh pulls up with Bear, and he's hanging out. Josh is a big guy. Bear's a big guy, but Josh is a big guy, too. He's hanging out of the car. He goes, I heard you boys like Mexico! And he's screaming at us. It's like 6
Did you know they were coming?
Well, we knew they were coming, but we didn't know when the hell they were coming, man. And so, man, we just we basically ejected out of the truck. And it's boom, we're out. And I was like, gave him 5. And I was like, oh, you guys are so warm. It's like cats get on you and just climb you. I was so cold. They were clearly in a truck that was heated. And man, there's some pretty cool footage of us kind of recovering HONCHO and kind of digging out, or just pulling out. And we got it to a certain point. Josh had put fresh filtered water into the radiator, and he's like, it runs. We were past kind of some of the harder parts to navigate through, and Bear had was it the soft shackle or whatever else, yeah. And the Harbor Freight strap just bam, the Badlands strap, cruised out. Josh was like, this thing runs now, and just poof, gone, the Roadrunner just took off down the course. So
Josh can drive.
Josh can drive, man.
Yeah, you drive.
You can drive. Anyhow, that was the recovery out. But yes, definitely go through the equipment to know what's there. I didn't didn't mess up. We watched The Notebook twice on that night, so
Bonus.
it was a cozy night.
Bonus.
It was a good time. Yeah.
Maybe in the next truck I'll take out that center console so you can cuddle with your Navigator.
I was waiting for the hot tub to like kind of pop out of Honcho. Or just like
That's whenever the coolant hose pops out, it becomes a sauna.
Yeah, no, it was. I will tell you, when you're in a situation like that, you don't really like appreciate day to day. You don't appreciate just how comfortable things are. You spend a night in a race truck, and you're like, "Oh no, I get it. I get it." Like the night after, I think I slept with like a knot of like a blanket under my back, and I thought it was just like the most heavenly thing ever. And I was like, "Oh, this is so comfortable. It's perfect, good and comfortable."
Your perspective of comfort definitely changes pretty quickly.
The bar had been lowered.
Like humans will go to sleeping on the dirt and being perfectly happy really quickly.
Seriously,
yeah,
it goes to show you. So anyhow, that was kind of where it ended for us. It's kind of where it started for Bear and Chase, the Chase crew.
Yeah, Rescue One. Check out the video. I just put it out a little while ago. Bear and his chase truck and how he went and got us out of there. Again, another key team member, Bear, Rescue One. Our story, we were down to the south, and again, some things that you just don't expect. I think when you go to Mexico, you have your preconceptions of what you're going to see when you're down there. And I can't remember the name of the place. I'll have to find it, but we were in this hotel about 400 miles south of the border, and it was amazing. It wasn't huge or anything like that, but it was super clean. The people were very gracious. Right across the street was a gas station, a VP. Is that what they are?
Yeah.
And it was the cleanest gas station I've ever been to. They're actually scrubbing the ground right underneath where they pump gas and all that, and just keeping it totally pristine. There's a dog running around with a VP shirt on. The whole part
VP
of being down in
Racing
Mexico was just like last year. I come back from this one just having an amazing experience.
Totally impressed.
And I know that there are some folks from Mexico that watch our videos, and I just want to say, thank you for your hospitality. And we can't wait to be back there next year for the Baja 400 and the Baja 1000 again. Hopefully bringing 2 trucks down there for the Baja 1000. And can't wait to get down there again.
I'm feeling good about this next year.
I am too. I think, right now, Honcho's ready. We just finished up the water pump. I just did the swap out on the paddle shifters.
Paddle shifters are incredible.
Yeah, they're incredible. They're next level as far as being able to just always have that power underneath your foot. New Milestar Patagonia Mud Terrain Black Edition tires.
Bro.
So
they're sick.
They are amazing.
They're sick.
We are running the Milestar Patagonia Mud Terrain Black Editions on Honcho. These are 37-12.5 R17s, the same tire that we were running before. We also have Milestar Patagonia Mud Terrain Black Edition 40 13.5 R17s
40 watt 40s
for the next truck, Honcho
40s.
2. If you got a better name than Honcho 2, please leave it in the description below.
Yeah.
Or in the comments. But
are you mean
those tires
new name?
Well, I don't know. We can't call it Honcho. This is Honcho. So the new truck, El Diablo.
Chancho.
I don't know. We'll see.
Chancho.
But it will be a truck. I'll call it a trophy truck. It's going to be on a Ford Raptor fiberglass body. It'll be Chevy powered.
Dude, okay, hold on.
Custom chassis.
As you say that, you know that there are like tears rising from many who just love the Jeep J10 body, the Jeep like history, the look, the classic car. How do you feel about a Raptor body?
If somebody would make a fiberglass J10, and maybe we'll be the first ones, maybe because I know that Bear is interested in making one of those. We'll look into it. I would love to make a fiberglass Jeep J10. And there's a couple of folks out there in the interwebs that we can talk to kind of collaborate on something like that.
I'll tell you, it would fly because every time we're out there, contingency anywhere with the truck, it's a head turner because there's a lot of Raptor bodies out there. And there's not a lot of these.
It's funny because there was a couple of the trophy trucks, I won't say the brand, but that were around us as we were going through contingency.
Yeah.
And because of COVID, nobody could be around the trucks during the contingency. But as soon as you left the gates, you were back out in public, and Honcho was swamped. There were people taking pictures all over and getting pictures with us. And again, an amazing experience. What that was funny was the trophy trucks were trying to get around us, but they couldn't because of the crowd around Honcho.
Yeah.
And so we were talking about is this was going to be the last race for Honcho. Then after this, it was going to be a pre-runner. I was going to keep it up as a truck that I could drive around town. But I think the reaction, people like the old J10 so much, we're going to keep racing it. We're going to try to race the Mint 400. We'll definitely race that. Baja 400, Baja 1000, and then try to have a second truck for the Baja 1000. And that will be
when it
Honcho
happens.
2 or whatever we call it.
Honcho 2.0. I mean, I would love to see what people think in the comments we should call the second truck. Keep it classy. But, I think it's got I don't know. I mean, the fact that it's a Raptor makes it different, obviously. But the kind of the soul of NTD Racing and the Honcho essence of, making dreams happen, doing it yourself, just going out there and having a great experience and then surrounding yourself with great people and giving back, like that will continue on with the new truck, no doubt. Mm-hmm. But something to be said about a Jeep J10. I'm gonna cry a little tear, but I look forward to the cup holders in the new truck. Is that going to be in the plans?
I think we could do cup holders. We should have more space. I'm imagining about 3 inches more space on each side for the driver and the
3
passenger.
inches.
It's
it
a
matters
lot.
a lot. Ask anyone. That's
not
a lot.
appropriate.
Easy.
So anyway, I hope you guys will join us for that. That'll be the next series that we're going to be starting here very soon. I'll start on the suspension for that shortly. I'll have the body for that, I think, mid-January when we get the body. I got to go to order some shocks. It'd be a great series, a budget build of a trophy truck, and I hope you will join us for that. And I think that's about all we got.
I kind of think that's all we got.
Baja was amazing.
I do want to talk about one thing.
What do we have here?
What do you think?
That is the world's worst shovel.
Do you like my Merce?
That is.
Who let the dogs out?
Dude, you look
You guys ready to let the dogs out?
You look like the guy from Hangover.
This is. I'll tell you, we're gonna have to definitely do a shovel upgrade. We're out there with this sucker.
You guys put a lot of time into this
dude,
shovel.
there was some serious elbow grease, and it was.
This is
great.
like the world's worst shovel.
Dude.
It's got a knife edge too. You guys completely removed the knife edge. You dug so much.
Oh really? Let me see it.
It is removed. It's nice and soft now.
Oh yeah,
it's got like a little windshield piercer. You just don't realize how much you're going to be using stuff like this until you get out there in the desert. A little compass on.
I kind of blame myself because it was driver's call, so to speak, on a simple shovel upgrade. You might wonder why is the shovel dangling like this? Because it's one of those fancy shovels. It goes like so.
Oh man.
And locks, and it goes like so and locks. So you get a hoe and a shovel in one device. But the problem is when you don't have the bolts, you actually don't have both. What you've got the world's, most flexible shovel, which is not a core competency of shovels. You don't want that.
This is not the way shovels should be.
So I think that this
literally did come apart, didn't it?
Dude, it was a thing. There was many times it did have this. What is this, like a musket tip?
Yeah.
Why? How did that even make it back?
Just in case you run into a chupacabra and you need to take one out.
So there's a lot of lessons learned. Water pump is just it's a failure part for the vehicle, for the truck, and this shovel though I think we're gonna upgrade. So who knows? Maybe you guys can let us know what you think is the best way for us to move forward with a shovel. The Home Depot brand HDX shovel. It works. That little tiny one.
This literally did completely fall apart.
Dude, the thing was a total piece. And if you think about it, right? So at times, Jim and I are digging the truck out, right, of silt, and we're trying to get the pumpkin dug out. Now, what is that like with a shovel like this, which has limited length to it, and you also are trying to solve for safety, right? Because the last thing you want is this shovel or the truck to shift once you do have it dug out, and then you're pinned down underneath the truck.
Morale would be low.
Morale would be very low. So anyhow, long story short, a shovel upgrade is on the list.
We will get a shovel upgrade.
But yeah, we were out there with this thing for hours just trying to... Dude, it's like it's not even scary in like Lord of the Rings sense, right? Like it's wee little. Look at that.
It's like a video game shovel.
That's what we had, man. You know what they say? It's not what you got, it's how you use it. And we used it well.
It has a little sawing edge in case you needed to cut some firewood.
We could have used a little more. There was no wood where we were. I mean, we were even looking for
cactus.
We could have burned a cactus, but we were looking for, number one, we were looking for a tree of sorts to kind of be a leverage point for us. So we could use the jack, kind of like, some sort of like Ruth Goldberg machine way of getting this out. We were looking for wood to strap to the wheels to create paddles, and we were on siltland and shrubs. So anyhow, there you go.
Thank you again for joining us on this episode. Please consider joining us on future episodes. Maybe hitting the like and subscribe below, ringing the bell for notification of future episodes. We will see you next week. Take care of yourself.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.